See, I am Bharti Dhankani and I am insurance professional turned homemaker, 46 years of age, and I live in Delhi with my husband and daughter. Actually, the entire ordeal, according to me, started on 6th of April 2020, when I had my first TIA. I was not aware of the TIA at that time. According to me, strokes happened only when you are paralyzed in a way. That is what my impression of stroke was. So when I went to the hospital, the issues had already resolved by themselves. I mean, I was not having any residual issue. I went to the hospital and I just had slurred speech, nothing else. They conducted all the tests and ran all their tests, whatever. And they came to me saying that I have a B12 deficiency. And I had very low hemoglobin levels too, because I am a thalassemic. So that is what they thought it was. Now going back at it, because I've read a lot of material after actual stroke, so I've realized that that must be a TIA. They gave me some medicines and a lot of injections, which was basically to increase my hemoglobin level. I came back and from the hospital 3 days later, and after in December 2020 again, this similar episode happened when I woke up in the morning, but this time the episode was a lot bigger. In the sense that I just could not sit properly. I could not talk. I could not swallow. So I was rushed to the hospital again, but this time they were sure that I was having a stroke because my left side was completely incapacitated. I could not lift my hand. My leg was giving me a problem. And that is the time they realized I had a proper full-blown stroke. Then they administered TPA to me. According to them, I had reached within the 4.5 hours window. And so they gave a clot-busting TPA to me. I don't know if it has made any difference to my state right now. But yes, I was treated properly at that time. Unlike the first time. They ran all the tests and scans on me, but they did not come up with the word TPA or TIA or anything like that, a stroke or anything like that. They did not inform me that was that. And they gave me medicines which now I realize probably were ecospirin also. Probably they had in their mind, at the back of their mind. But they did not mention it in the discharge summary, neither it was informed to me. But as a precaution, maybe they gave it. But I was also not very, I was not in the position of thinking that it was a stroke, because in my mind, stroke happened only when you are paralyzed. That is my impression of stroke at that time. So I came back. I did not take medicines regularly because in my mind I was given supplements. Because the doctor never mentioned a stroke. He never mentioned a TIA. He did not mention it in a summary also. 3 days they kept me there, but they gave me all sorts of supplements to increase my hemoglobin and vitamin levels. Because I had no sugar, no BP, no other issue. So I don't know whether they realized it was a TIA or not, but they did not mention it in the discharge summary. Neither it was mentioned to me. So we sort of were taking it casually because I returned to my normal routine, doing everything on my own. That these medicines had to be taken on time. This was not something that was, specifically talked about. To be very frank, I think my recovery has been okay. Not exactly really good because the thing is, I'm not getting a proper physiotherapy after this corona incidents happening. But yes, I could walk within a month. So yes, that way I can say that I'm recovering well. I can walk unassisted at home. I have not tried walking on the road because that is not allowed as of now. No, I'm doing exercises on my own. I'm watching videos and doing whatever I can on my own the whole day through. I'm trying to do my own work. I'm trying to cook. I'm trying to do all the work that I was doing earlier. What I can't do, I'm taking help for it. But I'm trying to resume my normal routine so that, I keep on standing and keep on doing the laundry and every other this is what I'm trying. First of all, I think a good neurologist is a must, because the neurologist has to be really patient, because we discuss a lot of things with him. For him, it might be a regular job. For us, it is not. So we keep on questioning him, like what alternative treatments are available, what else can we do. So that ways, I mean, neurologists have to be really patient while answering the questions to the stroke victims, because for them it is a big tragedy that has happened. For a neurologist, it's a regular task. So he considers, like, like there are a lot of things that I keep asking, like supplements. What extra supplements can I take? Can I take HPOT? Can I do something else? And then there has to be a good physiotherapist too, because sometimes physiotherapist gives you false expectations. Like they will be like, you'll be running in 3 months, which we realize that is not possible practically. Although we are working towards it, but it's not a 3-month job where you can start running in 3 months. So that deflates your self-esteem and your expectations of yourself. So that I feel that physiotherapists have to set the right expectations. They should not be, too forthcoming and saying that you will be completely normal in 3 months. That is not possible. That we realize now. And other than that, I think family support is a must. Family encouragement, support, and sticking to a routine. If you're doing something which you've been doing for the last many years, that you should keep doing. Don't stop and wait for your complete recovery to start resuming your normal activities. That is what I feel. Although I can't, cut vegetables with both my hands, but I try them. Try to hold something with my left hand, which is not actually functional right now, and cut with my right hand. So that, we get used to it, normal way of life. Because eventually we have to return to that. That is my way of thinking. My only message is that, live while you recover. Don't wait for your complete recovery to live your life. Keep on living your normal life till you recover your 100% or you get your 100% back. So till that time, don't keep on waiting. Because if you keep hyper-focused towards recovery and then you will think of living your normal life, then it will be too late. And maybe, because we never know, it's a bumpy ride. And we might be having pitfalls. We might not recover fully. So be realistic about that. And lead your normal life. Try to be as normal as possible in your everyday life. Return back to normalcy as much as possible. My view of things.